It was almost midnight when I reached the bus stop. The city had already gone quiet. Shops were closed. The street lights flickered softly above the empty sidewalk. I checked the schedule on my phone. One last bus. If I missed it, I would have to walk almost 40 minutes home. Then I saw the headlights approaching through the rain. The bus slowed down and stopped in front of me with a long metallic sigh. The doors opened. Inside, the air felt strangely cold. There were only a few passengers scattered through the seats. A tired man near the back, a woman by the window staring at her phone, and the driver, who looked strangely tense. I sat near the middle of the bus. As we started moving again, the rain grew heavier, tapping softly against the windows. At first, everything felt normal, but after a few minutes, something began to feel wrong. The driver kept looking into the rearview mirror, not once, not twice, over and over again, as if he was watching someone or something. The bus turned into a darker road where the streetlights were farther apart. The lights inside the bus flickered for a moment, just once. I glanced around. 3 passengers. That's what I counted. The man in the back, the woman near the window, and me. But when I looked again, there were 4. 2 rows behind me sat a man I hadn't seen before. He was dressed entirely in white. Not bright white, soft white. And something about the way the dim light touched his clothes gave off a faint golden glow. He wasn't looking at his phone. He wasn't looking out the window. He was looking straight ahead, perfectly still. I tried to convince myself he had just boarded earlier without me noticing, but something about his presence made the air feel calm. After a few minutes, he stood up, slowly, and walked down the aisle. Then he sat beside me. He didn't look threatening. If anything, his presence made the tension I felt disappear. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then he said quietly, "Don't get off when the bus stops." His voice was calm, almost comforting. I frowned. "What do you mean?" But he didn't answer. He just looked forward again. A few minutes passed. The bus continued down the dark road. Then suddenly, the driver slammed on the brakes. The bus screeched to a stop. Everyone lurched forward in their seats. The driver stood up and shouted, "Everyone out, bus problem!" Passengers began standing and moving toward the door. The man beside me leaned slightly closer. "Wait," just that, one word. Something in his voice made me stop. The other passengers stepped outside onto the roadside, rain pouring over them in the darkness. The door stayed open. The driver looked at me. "Aren't you getting off?" I hesitated. Then suddenly, a pair of headlights appeared around the curve ahead. A truck, moving far too fast. The vehicle swerved violently. The driver lost control, and in seconds, as the truck crashed directly into the spot where the passengers had gathered beside the bus. Metal screamed, glass shattered. People shouted in shock. My heart pounded as I stared through the window. If I had stepped outside, I would have been standing exactly there. Slowly, I turned to the man beside me, but the seat was empty. He was gone. No sound, no footsteps, nothing. The next day, I went back to the bus station. I needed to know who he was. I told the manager what happened and asked to see the security footage. He hesitated, but finally agreed. We watched the recording together. The screen showed me boarding the bus, then sitting down, then talking, but there was something impossible. The seat beside me was empty. In the entire recording, no one ever sat there. I felt the air leave my lungs. The manager rewound the footage, frame by frame. Then we saw it. For just a fraction of a second, right beside me, a faint shape appeared, a flash of white, and a soft golden outline, something that looked almost like wings. The manager paused the video and looked at me. "What do you think that is?" I stared at the screen. Then I answered quietly, "I think someone didn't want me to get off that bus. And sometimes, angels don't appear in the sky. Sometimes, they just sit beside you when you need them most."